Alright, we are live. Welcome, everybody. It is currently July 18th on a Friday night. We're just about 10 minutes late on tonight's recording, but welcome, everybody, to the third edition of the DRTcast. With us, as usual, is our random bunch of co-hosts, people, things. I don't know what to call you guys, so just say hi, everybody, right quick.
What's up, niggas?
Hi.
Oh, God.
We got one other special guest coming in, and is, of course, one of the other admins for the group. And, oh, wait, never mind. We got two people that are part of the admin group.
Oh, there's an MC here, too. Wow, we got a full house.
Full house. Everywhere you look.
Everywhere. Okay, everywhere you go.
Yeah, this is going to be hard to do already. We already know.
Okay, so I guess from everybody that's listening right now, you remember one of the guys that was here last weekend. He didn't have his face on camera, but he is basically showing his face right now. So say hi, Gary.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Yes, I know. You now know that the sexy voice comes out of a sexy man's body, so that pretty much explains everything for you guys.
Among other things that come out of his body.
Okay, so anyways, we'll introduce some of the other admins that are a part of the little Facebook page. First off is, of course, Jesse, or as he likes to call himself, Imps. Say that again, Jesse. You kind of like cut out right in the middle.
No, I just said hi.
And of course, the other person that's in here right now is Paul, which I think he might be on mute right now.
Oh, what the fuck? I've been talking the whole time.
Yep.
Classic Paul.
You pleb.
Hello.
Okay, so since last weekend we were kind of talking a little bit about everything else that we did that was a part of the Facebook page, kind of organizing and everything else. We'll just go ahead and let Imps and Paul basically describe what they do on the Facebook page, just to let everybody know about themselves.
That's the what part?
You can go first.
Oh. Well, basically, if you're trying to sell your Reeboks, your Air Jordans on the page, I kind of delete your things. I'm sorry. I mean, like, I want paper, dude.
I want paper, not
I
shoes.
want to sell my shoes then.
Cyber, no one wants to buy your shoes.
Why not?
I got cowboy shoes, dude.
Oh, cowboy boots.
No one wears those since like the 70s.
Oh, you take that, Cyber.
No.
No, if he was supposed to be selling shoes, they would probably be called, like, Cyber Knights.
Please don't do that.
They're cybers.
Now.
By Caleb.
No, by Texan Jesus. And there's people that are listening right now that won't get that joke.
Inside joke for the win.
Listening.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Imps, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about you.
Basically, I just check over the post just like everyone else. I delete posts if they start turning into just utter norms. Also, if you put your address or anyone else's address in the post, they're gone. That's about it.
So that is definitely
guys.
about it. What?
BRB, guys.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, nobody else was even saying anything else. Okay, we are going to go ahead and get into discussions, and if you guys have any questions you want to ask us on the podcast tonight, as usual, just send it over to our official Gmail account at duelistoftheroundtable@gmail.com. The email address, if you don't know how to type things correctly with your little keyboard pad thingy, just be sure to look on the Facebook page and copy and paste.
Learn how to spell.
Bad at
That
spelling.
too. That helps.
Thank you, Mr. Weird Al Yankovic, for that song, by the way. Awesome video.
Weird Al just like types in the chat like, "What's up, guys? Thanks for the shout out."
Oh! Oh boy.
Which I still need to get that album because I haven't gone to the Best Buy that's in Florence yet to go get it.
I haven't got it. Hey, do you have the email address in the chat?
I do not. Are you talking about for Duelists of the Round Table, or which one?
Yeah, the one that you just mentioned.
It should be pinned on the group.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like on there. But in any case, starting off with discussion number one is, of course, World Championship Qualifiers ended last weekend, and we've made this prediction pretty close to what we all thought was going to pretty much take the top spot, and we agreed that Hat was going to win it. And lo and behold, Hat wins. Was it really that big of a surprise? I'm not really too sure about that.
I loved all the diversity in the top 4 decks.
The sombreros are deadly, bro.
Sombreros, fedoras, fun hats.
It's just a really good deck because there's like so many things you can do with it. And then what's the trap card? Sanctum or Sanction?
I hate calling it a deck because it's 3 archetypes working together.
But
So it's like 3 decks. That's like
No, I hate to call it a deck because it's basically 3 engines together.
yeah, that's why I hate to call it. I mean, like yeah, it's a good thing to run, but like when people call it a deck, it's like it makes me cringe. I don't know. Maybe it's because like I've always been playing like I'm very like being hypocritical right now because I've been hating that Konami has been switching to archetype like formats where only archetypes win and no other deck types the original mixed decks win. But now we actually have a mixed deck type, but I hate it. And I'm like, oh, but I hate myself for saying it.
I like it. It's fun.
Because with each normal summon for your trap tricks, you get like a +1 or a +2.
Yeah.
I think this shit's just dumb.
And I'm trying to remember what some of the other decks were that actually did manage to possibly make the top 16 or like top 64 because I've been only seeing hats mostly.
I believe there were Mythic Rulers and Lightsworn Rulers.
That's right. I actually forgot about that one.
There's a top 16 breakdown somewhere on the Konami blog site. I'm too lazy to get that out.
And I'm not sure if it would be like a mild comparison to that deck, but would we consider what was it, like Light Rulers to be more or less like the new Twilight 09 deck?
Kinda,
Basically.
I guess.
They're explosive. I think to me honestly, I think they're the best deck right now, Lightsworn Rulers, because they have so much explosive possibility. Like there's so much other things that you can make with Lightsworn Rulers that kind of outclasses the straightforwardness of the Hat deck.
Yeah, there's somebody in our locals that was even thinking about running in its extra deck. It's out of the Number Hunters, but it's the secret rare gimmick puppet. It's the one with the 3,000 defense.
That's David's field of expertise.
15 was it?
40.
I think so.
40.
But yeah, it's got a really nice effect for pretty much getting rid of your opponent's special summon stuff.
Wait, whoa. Which one? Wait. There's only 3. There's number 15, which is the 1500 attacker that eats their cards.
It's the one that's it was the one off the anime when
They're all.
I can't remember.
What does it do? Like, what is it? What is its purpose?
Wait, is it the one that you detach and you take down a monster and they lose damage equal to their attack?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
number
that's
15.
Yeah, that's only a 1500 attacker.
Yeah, it's not that huge.
Have you guys heard? I had a friend of mine over just a minute ago talking about Ally of Justice Decisive Armor versus Lightsworn players.
I've seen armor coming back a lot.
But I don't see how that's going to be very feasible. But I mean, send all cards in your hand to the graveyard, and then look at your opponent's hand. Send all light monsters from their hand to the graveyard, and then inflict damage equal to the total attack of the opponent's monsters sent to the graveyard.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen people do that and then fail when they see their hand nothing but spells and traps. Like, oh.
yeah, I mean, but anyone, Baylor, Fiendish, Solemn, but I'm just saying, like,
It's funny how you mention. It's funny how you mention armor because I've seen people adding it to their extra deck just to because we're seeing more level 9 synchro plays.
right?
Or is it level 9 or 10? Forget.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, but like I've seen it being added to a lot of decks, but like no decks get it out.
Six Sands make use of it pretty well. It's kind of funny.
Six Hands?
Yeah.
If Six Hands has to resort to getting it out, I don't know what that says about the player.
Six Sands are in a very sorry state now. It's funny because like when I first started playing, they were like done nuts.
Yeah, what was that? Starstrike Blast? That was when they got everything.
Oh yeah.
No, I think it was it was Storm of Ragnarok because that's when they got keys
Storm?
on it. It was,
Oh, I'm mixing up my two sneak peek experiences.
yeah, it was Storm of Ragnarok because
Storm of
they got
Ragnarok,
keys
yeah.
on.
Because I remember getting the sneak peek from that there. There we go.
It's funny because like back to Lightsworns, I always kind of held them in the same regard as like Dark Worlds. They're always just kind of like a mindless like straightforward track of like the same thing. It's like this one with JD, and I always call them round one winners because like Dark Worlds and Lightsworns are good enough to win round one, and then once you side, like there are 1,000,001 things that just make the deck like crumble. It's just kind of funny how like even still with new stuff like they're in that same state, but the dragon like text, like the dragon ruler version, gets rid of that. It kind of like breaks that whole monotonous like straightforward playthrough.
Lightsworns are a lot stronger than Dark Worlds, though.
Well, yeah, I mean they're
Dark
strong.
Worlds are always hyped up to win big tournaments, and then not so much.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always thought it was funny. It's gonna be Dark Worlds are gonna win everything. No, maybe this.
They're a terrible deck.
Poor Dark Worlds.
Yeah.
So
The structure that gave them support, but it wasn't like the same level of support as the Lightsworns did.
Yeah.
It was
great
it was
card,
just like, oh hey, here's like 3 cards, so out of only you'll end up using 2. Because that blue little dude you're never gonna use.
the level 1.
Yeah.
are you talking about the one that's the I think it was like the second super rare that was in there?
Something like that. Like Cerule, I think it was.
Celery.
Yeah, that one. It was supposed to be like Cerulean.
The one that wasn't you discard it, you special summon it on the side of the field.
Yeah.
And then it did something else if your opponent did it. That was kind of like the thing that made Lightsworns a little too difficult to do for me. Was that a majority of the older ones, even the ones today, like if they have to involve your opponent doing it for you. I mean, and that just really just got on me nuts.
The new Lightsworn stuff is really cool, but even in that sense, like I've only out of the builds that I've seen, I don't know if it's actually I'm not gonna say like the actual like things going on, but from what I've seen, people only really use Raiden, and I saw like 1 or 2 use the Synchro, and that's about it. Like nobody uses Minerva, nobody uses Sanctuary.
I was
gonna say like Minerva can sometimes ruin you because that mandatory mill, if she goes to the graveyard from your hand or your deck, they can sometimes ruin you.
Yeah, it's not really that great of a card.
Raiden is like the OP one.
There was a top 64 deck. Well, there was a top 64 deck in at the World Qualifiers. He used like 2 Raiden and then 1 Minerva. And I've been seeing that pattern a lot. It's either 2 Raiden or 1 Raiden, but like 2 Raiden, 1 Minerva, 2 or 1 Raiden and 1 Minerva. That's usually the pattern I see. I think it's good.
Like nobody uses Sanctuary either, and that card had a lot of hype before the deck came out.
It's field spells. A
lot of people said it. And the thing about Sanctuary is that it offers nothing else. It really doesn't do anything. Like if you mill it, well, guess what? It's just gonna sit there.
Unless you wanna, what's that spell card that gets it back? Stone Excavation.
Magical Stone Excavation, but that's not even gonna help you. It's like that. There's no point on wasting that resources and getting a card back that basically doesn't really do a whole lot of things for you.
It's also a deck that doesn't need the spell card. I mean the field spell. It's a field spell, right?
No, it's a continuous.
God damn it.
Is that ultra rare continuous?
Now, what if by chance Konami had changed the text for the card, like, you know how it is with Wolf Lightsworn card is like if it gets milled that you get to special summon it to your side of the field. What if the card itself was milled from the deck that you get to play it in your field zone?
Well,
I mean, like this mill that activates.
Like if the spell card was milled, it goes live.
Yes, if the card was milled by a Lightsworn effect, then you get to play it from your graveyard to the field zone.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, it could also work if it'd be like if this card's milled, you can add it to your hand.
Yeah, that's what
because that way it would still work with the Lightsworn.
It would still work. I think like, is there anything that negates like specifically spell trap cards in the grave?
Abyss Dweller, not specifically, but an Abyss Dweller would negate if you were to activate it prior to the activation.
Just like how it can negate a breakthrough, right?
Yeah,
that's correct.
Breakthrough and Hysteric Sign and Skill Prisoner and all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it'd be more fair if it was if the change was if it's milled, you can add it back to your hands.
Yeah, that way it would still pretty much have some bit of consistency, but still.
I mean, it would be better if it had its original effect, like discard a Lightsworn, get a Lightsworn, and then if it was milled, you get a Lightsworn back into your hand. That would have made it a little bit better.
Lightsworn for days.
All the Lightsworns.
Like a good example of one of those cards that that use that same type of effect, like what's that equip spell that came out of, I think
Lightsworn Saber.
Yes, thank you. Something like that, I mean, would work for pretty much the deck in general, but it's just the card itself sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. It's just one of those things you just slap in there if for any reason you just you needed that one card to make 40.
But most of the time, people
I would sooner put in like a
usually
third
run.
breakthrough or something.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I just said even in that case, like I would sooner just put in like a third breakthrough or something.
Oh yeah. But in any case, World Championship Qualifiers for our nationals. If this tells anything, Hat is pretty much an annoying deck, and there's no telling what we're going to see for Worlds. But we'll talk about that when we get closer and closer to the World Championships. So, next up,
actually, before we move on, I just want to get this out of my chest because it scares me, but at the same time, it makes me feel slightly amused. Is that Mexico is going to be going in with Medolches, which is the first time that actually the entire country ever went into Worlds with somewhat of a meta deck. Like the last couple of Worlds, every Mexican that's stepped foot in there has gone with Lightsworns for some reason.
Wait, are they going? They got in Worlds with Moldoches, right? Or they're going?
They beat the qualifiers for Latin America with Medolches, and they're going to Worlds with Medolches.
Oh, they've already announced that? That's kind of ballsy, dude.
Yeah, know what the side deck, huh?
That's like when Pro Winston 2 years ago went to Worlds with
with Dragon Exodia or something.
It was like, what the hell? You know, that's so ballsy. That game took forever.
Yeah, it's just the bizarre decks that I want to see more of that actually make an appearance over at Worlds, because it will really have that surprise factor when it's facing some of the other opponents, because they won't know what to do against side decking it.
Now, remind me what the actual rules are. I know they have a modified ban list that they released. How does the
It's basically both ban lists smushed together.
How do they deal with cards that we haven't got yet?
I don't think they're allowed.
They're not allowed?
I think all recent cards, cards that are within that are not cards from next challengers and stuff like that, I believe they're not allowed to use those.
Right. Because it would
Oh,
be
yeah.
unfair to the other user because they necessarily wouldn't even have any advantage to know like what to do with that card because they
Yeah.
haven't had experience with it yet.
And,
Exactly. So
And-
I believe pendulums are out of the question as of right now.
Yeah, the pendulums right now.
They're
Well,
just research.
no,
That's why
I guess they're fair chance right now.
Right. Because what was it? Pendulums just now became legal as of Monday, which would have been 12 a.m.
No, I mean like odd eyes and like the quills and all that. Those other ones.
Oh, okay.
I think those are out of the question. Like the two magicians. I mean those are legit right now because now both of us have them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can see what you mean about that, though.
Yeah, but like everything like from Duelist Alliance forward, I don't think any OCG players can use.
I don't think any OCG players are even playing pendulums right now because nothing that has pendulums are topping.
I mean, pendulums are really flimsy right now. I mean, they just came out. I mean, it's just all like seeds where, I mean,
Once pendulums get their like effects are just crazy broken. Once pendulum like the actual pendulum effects get like crazy, like the ones that I can imagine like when this like it like affects that say if the scale is completed like add like this like a copy of the same card from like the deck to the hand. I can see some crazy plays.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, we already have a rota that searches for pendulums, so that's pretty much the start of it. But like we discussed in one of the earlier podcast episodes, that this stuff has to take its time to get out the door because it's just some new mechanic for the game. So it's just going to take a little bit of time before we get like the Draco Sacks or the Big Eyes of pendulums.
Yeah, it takes a while for me. I guess it's more along the lines of it's gonna take a while for us to get used to using them because I mean back when XCs came out, like almost nobody was running XCs. Like, oh man, this is a bullshit.
The first like for like what was the first set of the 5Ds era? Duelist Genesis.
The Duelist Genesis.
Generation Force, I think, was the first set for XCs.
Yeah.
For Zero. Wait, I said 5Ds. Is it still Generation?
Genesis.
For
Duelist Genesis.
For Dual Genesis, pretty much everyone still played Dad at that point. Or I mean, still played fucking Teledad.
Yeah.
Or some remnants of Teledad.
No, it was still strong because the Stardust was around to make it even stronger. Because then you would do like your Caravans and shit.
Yeah. So no heavy synchro decks.
There were no heavy synchro decks. It was a deck that literally ran only 3 Stardusts.
Yeah. Because that was pretty much the best synchro back then.
I miss the days when Stardust was just like the most like amazing card.
It was. I mean, back in the day, it was like to get rid of a Stardust. It was
like the wow factor was just like whatchamacallit. The wow factor was just first of all it was the first it was the card's fucking white. It's like we've never seen that before. And it's like what is this card? And then even if you bottomless in the end phase, it can still activate. It was crazy.
And we got around skill drain too. Like that was.
It got around skill drain.
Yeah.
The Stardust skill drain, the rule conflict, or what people thought was the conflict, that taught so many players that like that activating the effect and the actual effect are different things.
Who was the moron? Wasn't like a big DRT thing where somebody said that like Stardust couldn't negate during like under skill drain?
I don't know, but those are aids.
Like that was like, and they're like, well, like if you shoot a gun, you can't move out of the way. Like, well, during like how is it even like a comparison?
Was that recent or something?
No, wasn't it like oh, it was somebody we knew that did it.
Oh, like one of the recent posts you're talking about?
No, it wasn't a recent post. It was a while ago. It was like maybe a little more than a year ago. Somebody in the DRT, I feel like it was somebody we knew, posted this thing saying like, I don't want everybody to be under the impression that Stardust can negate under skill drain.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
It was Azina, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I don't remember the name of the person, but I do remember that post.
That was just pure AIDS.
That post gave me cancer.
Which, for the viewers listening, just be smart when you type up your post, because we will find you and we'll throw pretty much a Webster's dictionary just to get you a letter better.
Or that'll just make fun of you.
But in any case, we've already talked long enough, and we need to go into our next discussion. The holos for all the cards were revealed for Astro Pack 5.
Oh, yeah.
Multi-version!
This is probably one of, I would honestly say, one of my favorite Astro releases in a very long time. I think, what was the one that had a Colossal Fighter in its set?
That was the
Does Turbo Pack something?
Turbo Pack 3, I think.
I think that's one. Yeah, that's that was the one that I
was
actually
it Turbo Pack 2 or Turbo Pack 3?
Was that the one with like Super Horn of the Phantom Beast?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, in any case, the holos are revealed. Pretty sure a good majority of listeners that are listening to this right now have already seen the holos, but if you haven't, we're going to go ahead and go over this. The Ultimate Rares, we already knew about Bujin Yamato, but the other two that were revealed were Gaga Cowboy and Pot of Duality. For Supers, go ahead.
It's funny that they're making Pot of Duality an Ultimate, because that's a card almost nobody runs anymore.
You see it, but to me it seems weird because there's a secret version of it. I'd honestly rather run the secret version. If I cared about rarity more, I use my super rare.
But then again, the secret rare is from the notorious Duelist Revolution, and like, God, we all bought packs of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
As far as duality goes, I mean, anybody that I've seen who's seen this post has been like, I want Ultimate Pot of Dualities. A lot like people who want the Ultimate Max C's. Like, even though Max C was a secret, like, people still want the newest rarity, so, I mean, I still feel like these are going to go for a ridiculous amount of money.
What's Multi-Dandelion? Multi-Dandelion is worth like a pretty penny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Decent amount. It's not as much as, it's not as much as, like, Ulti Maxi or an Ulti Necro Valley.
I like Gaga Cowboy as an ultimate. I think that looks pretty cool.
I want Bujin Yamato as an ultimate. Like, come on, let's talk about that.
Dude, let's not talk about Bujins.
Oh, no.
But just a quick touch on them. I mean, I really just don't feel like Yamato needed an ultimate rare replant.
Oh, yes it did. What are you talking about? Of course it did. Of course it did.
The deck is already hollowed out pretty much.
Well, let's just say this. Bujins, for their rarity, are basically the new Quakimeru, if you think about it.
No, they are Quakimeru times like 10.
I can't even breathe.
Getting like so many high rarity whores for every single one of the cards.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't look for my cards to be all nice and shiny, but I mean, Ultimate for me is a rarity that just does not jive with me. I was never really one on Ultimate Rares, so to me, a lot of these cards is like,
I mean, I'm with Cyber on rarity. Like, if I really, which I do care if anyone knows me who plays, I'm a rarity whore. But when it comes to secret, secret is probably what I would go for over Ultimate any day.
I would go Ultra over anything else. Ultras are my favorite rarity.
And what's the newest rarity that we're supposed to be getting very soon? It's like something that was exclusive to Japan.
Like
it was a collector's. It's called collector's rare in Japan. I believe it's called platinum rare here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're going to be getting platinum rares, which is a new rarity for the Noble Knight deck that's coming out in November.
Also, it's going to be. It's also going to be in the Megatons.
Or no, I think that's something else actually. Isn't it?
Yeah, because I think the cover card is going to be in that rarity. The promo for that.
I'm so hoping we get like our hidden arsenal reprints that we've been waiting for in the whatchamacallit, the Megatons. That's like I'm so hoping for that.
Like a Bryonic?
Well, just all the stuff that we like Chain, all the DT cards.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. all of these, like,
I would like some Gustos.
I would like the Gustos, I would like the Emeralds.
I want an emerald.
Yeah, I
It's not
want
really
the bubble chain. Like, please reprint the bubble chain.
Dude, please, like, chain, like, come on.
I think Chain will be in the battle pack.
Emerald's already in the battle pack.
Yeah, Emerald's in the battle pack, so I bet Chain will be as well. If not, it'll be something soon.
I would be
I
very
don't
sad if he's not in the battle pack.
It's like
should be.
hashtag unlimited my nigga ravine.
I mean, I really wish that I wish they would have reprinted Full House like earlier. Just to
Oh yes.
change the subject for a quick second. I don't know. I just noticed it was an extreme victory, like as a rare, and then that was it. And when people needed it, it was just like they're having to reach back in time to get it. It would have been nice if it had just been released in Astro Pack 3 or 4 or something like that. But
Wasn't that the same thing with like Vanity Symphony? That was like a comment in Star Trek Blast, and now everybody and their mom wants that thing.
Yep.
Wait, what's Oh, Vanity's Emptiness. Never mind.
I don't really feel like Overworld deserved a reprint. I mean, it had a Mosaic Rare recently, had a Battle Pack 2, had the Common, had a Battle Pack 2, obviously, so that's 2 prints of the same card. And then they had, of course, from like Duelist Genesis, where
I think we all need another Utopia reprint.
Dude, come on.
You know what?
Yes.
You are damn-
We need a
I think we need a Stardust reprint again. Come on,
Yeah.
We need both in the same pack. Just
And
every
Cybergun.
pack. Every pack should have a Stardust and a Utopia.
Well,
Exactly.
what we need to do actually is create this petition to get Konami to create a Stardust/Utopia pendulum monster.
I should do a card battles on that. I should do like a versus thing. I've been trying to whenever I have the time, I've been trying to get a series together where a resurrection of an old series I used to watch whenever I first started from another YouTuber. When they stopped, I wanted to pick up a series they did called Card Battle, where they take 2 cards that were kind of similar,
Yeah.
and they would make them like kind of battle, and it's like, well, okay, you guys get to vote for which one you want. Whoever won, they'd create a deck based around that card. So there was like the Horuses versus the Armed Dragons, and Stardust Dragon versus Red Dragon Archfiend, things like that. So I've been thinking about doing like a Utopia versus Stardust kind of thing.
Pretty neat. Advanced Ritual Art, I mean, I think that one, I don't know, I'm kind of the same way on that one, but I'm glad it got reprinted. ARA is good.
All I know is my favorite one is that Charge of Light Brigade Super Rare reprint, because there's already a freaking Charge of Light Brigade Super Rare.
Yeah, I looked at that and I was like, oh wow, that's innovative.
That's a good spot for just about any other card that could, deserve a hollow form. There are so many cards in Primal Origin. I feel like the set kind of dropped the ball, in all honesty. I feel like there could have been a lot of different cards from Primal Origin, a lot of the commons and stuff, that deserved some higher rarity stuff, instead of giving it to a lot of these other cards, in all honesty. I mean, like the new Quackmire card, the Scrap Factory card,
Right.
The Evo card would have been great. Of course, those should have been in the deluxe edition too, I was thinking, but, I mean, come on, those need reprints as hollows instead of a lot of this other. Just kind of I don't know. I'm really excited about whatever the is going to be for this set.
Well, there's no telling, and the fact that a lot of people are pushing for Ice Barrier pendulums to be up, but we'll talk about that later, because we got stuck on the ultis and didn't go through the super rares.
Yeah.
Let's see, super rares were a Lightstorm Mender. That one got a reprint, which that's kind of odd, seeing that isn't even being used. Mermail Abyss Spike, because
Yay.
Mermails. Ujinji Turtle, Overworked. Full House got a reprint. This one was a very big surprise. Georgia Arsenal. Card Trooper also got a reprint. That's good.
On Card Trooper. This
Yes.
is like 11th reprint.
But even still, as a super, it looks nice, though.
It got released in like Battle Pack 1, Battle Pack 2, Raw Mega Yellow Pack, Legendary Collection 2, some Structure Deck, some other Duelist Pack. Like, it's just everywhere.
Let's see. Star Drawing got a reprint. Advanced Ritual Art as a super rare is going to be nice. And then the very oddball one out of the bunch would be Charge of the Light Brigade, even though we got it as a Stardust Overdrive, what was it, like a...
It was one of the promos.
That one?
Yeah, it was super.
And it was, crap, what is the spellcaster, the one that does burn damage for spell counters?
Arcanine Magician?
No, Tempest.
No, was it Arcanine Magician?
It was.
Arcanine Magician's Synchro, if you're talking about that.
Yeah, it is. I'm
Okay,
just
yeah.
trying to remember the one that's like level 6.
Yeah.
Tempest Magician.
Thank you, Tempest Magician.
Arcanine Magician was the one that got attacked. Never mind.
Yeah.
Gained
Arcanine
attack and then
Magician,
popped a spell counter to destroy stuff.
Yeah, it comes with his specials with 400, and then he gets his counters, so you can't bottomless it and all that crazy shit. People are crying. Whatever.
And aside from that, we didn't get any reveals on commons yet, but that will happen probably in the next couple of weeks or so when we do get our Astral Pack 5.
We had a few reveals on some comments, but
I'm gonna say right now that probably the comments are probably gonna be the best thing of the entire thing.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I usually like the packs because of the commons, because they're easier to get.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like I know this is kind of weird, but I mean, okay, like last tournament at my locals, I opened my Astral Pack and I got a Black Garden and like something else that was kind of just nifty, like something that you don't really get to see very often. Like that's the thing about Astral Packs I kind of like, because some of the reprints are actually pretty useful, not just the super rare or the ultimate rare you might get. Actually,
Yeah, like how originally Close Forest, which was, I believe, in the first Astral Pack, which that was like something everybody was looking for.
that's why when we get cards like Charge of the Light Brigade, it makes me mad.
It bums me out because like my locals used to give out Astro Packs as prizes. If you won, you would get like 10 of them. And now that they no longer do Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments because nobody showed up anymore, like right as I'm like, okay, I'll come back for a bit and I'll play casually. No more tournaments. So it's like the one Astro Pack I actually do like I can't like get it without like much effort, without any money.
So, in any case, Astro Pack 5, it's an interesting set, and probably gonna immediately get our hands on this like tonight, because I just got the account unlocked, and we should be getting that maybe around next week, but I don't know. I'll have to take a look to see when we're able to get them in. But this next topic was actually suggested to us by Cyber, and it's probably one that a lot of people are really excited for. It is, of course, the Noble Knights of the Round Table box set. And first off, I gotta honestly say that the box looks incredible.
Beautiful.
It looks like, I mean, it looks like something that you get from an antique shop. Just the way that it's modeled out to, but it's got like basically every single Noble Knight card that's ever came out, and on the top of the box it has supposedly the new card, which is Merlin, or whatever the new one's going to be called.
Merlin and some other Noble Knight that we don't know the name of yet.
Wait,
Which
Merlin's a knight?
I think that's on the left side of it for the top of the box, or which one was it?
Well, on the playmat he's on the top right.
Oh, okay. So it's a little different on the box itself because it's like switched around. So
Yeah, they changed it up on the box.
I'm sure you could just read like a basic like Knights of the Round Table story and just figure out whoever they left out.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's just processing the
I'm sure
names.
some people know on that. I can't think of who it is. Also, they showed the picture of the sleeves, and the sleeves are basically the picture from the Round Table field spell, and just their sleeve versions of those.
Oh
They
god,
just
that's a
took picture of
horrible
that,
field
so that
spell.
looks pretty cool.
I don't think I saw the field spell. Was it Knights of the Round Table, or which one was it?
What was the name of it?
Because I didn't get a chance to even read that one yet, but I don't know.
It
not
involves
the
like
best
how many like Noble Knights are in your graveyard or something like that,
Oh,
or in your
okay.
field.
It's really bad. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, it's like one of like I think there's like even like one effect of I think if you have like 13 in the grave or in the field combined.
It's like thanks, dude. I mean, this would be great if like half my deck was in my graveyard.
It would be
think it's
better
gonna
if
have
it was
a good
Noble
card.
Knights and Noble Knights equip cards. Then it would be fine.
There you go.
Like
What if
that would
it's-
be wonderful. It'd be broken if that was the case, but nah.
If the field card was like the Rhoda, like damn.
Damn.
I think
If it was like
I think
if it was like
what they did-
Noble Knight Ravine.
Yeah.
I think what they basically ended up doing is that they gave us all these cards, and right now they don't really make sense. But after we get the newer cards that are going to be coming up for Noble Knights, I think then the field spell and all might be a little bit better. I think they might make a little bit more sense with the newer cards.
I still don't really see it that way.
What just surprises me is that Konami is so adamant on giving like these cards like 4 months, not 4 months, like like there's so much announcement about this archetype, and like they just I personally think that like wait this arc because like I thought that they're gonna like end the archetype like after like the first set it came out of, and then or the first or second, and then it feels like they did have this all these cards, but they weren't topping, so they're trying to make up for it by giving all this new support. Because there's so much announcements on them.
Well, they're just kind of slowly doing that. It's like I guess the first archetype where they've been slowly releasing things. Well, this slowly at least.
It's like they're really proud of what they're doing here. They just don't want to stop.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful archetype. I mean, it's really, if you've played them, it's really fun, and you feel like, I mean, the artwork's really cool, which is a big winner for me. I love cards, cool artwork. Has a really good like lore, I guess is a good word for it.
Mhm.
Cards all look really neat, but like it's just missing something. Like it just doesn't have enough like oomph to it.
It
It's
needs
missing-
Searcher, and it's getting its Searcher.
And I think the big thing, like I say this with a lot of decks too, and a lot of decks are like written off. I think some people just don't really know how to play a deck, so if the deck is like really difficult to play, a large number of people will just write it off as bad, and I think that's definitely Noble Knights. Because I'll see people they'll be like summon what's the crappy one that it's a common I think it's 1100 attack, 3 or 4 star.
I'm not the expert.
Not really sure to be honest.
I'm not that well versed on these things.
Well, it's one of the it's one of the like normal cards. Like I think it was like one of the first promos. I think it's 1800 attack, not 11.
Oh, the one that has like a little poem.
Yeah.
Okay.
People, like,
I
they'll summon
think of one
that.
that week.
Like I'll see people summon that, and they'll load it up with like all the equip cards from their hand. It's like, are you kidding me, man? Like,
Yeah, you don't do
load your
that.
entire hand on that one card.
Most builds don't even use Artorigus anymore, unless you're going for more the Synchro build. There's the Synchro build, and then there's of course the one that uses like the newer cards come out in Primal Origin. And I honestly think the archetype's gonna be pretty good after this box comes out. I really think they'll finally get the cards they needed. I think people give them a lot of crap on this just because it's just not broken. The archetype isn't. It's strong, but it's not broken. It's not there yet, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds
But
a lot
I
like
prefer
back
something
when like
this than just broken all the time. Though I get sick of new archetypes that are just okay. You summon all these strong level monsters in the right beginning, and then you win. It's kind of, people always whine about how archetypes are broken, and then something like this comes out, and it's this sucks. That's what I get tired of.
It's because they're right now the majority of Yu-Gi-Oh for the past couple of years is that there are decks that are like tier like 3, and then there are decks that are like tier -50, and like they're not decks that are tier 2 enough to fit like rogue decks. What are the rogue decks are right now? The decks that can win but don't win.
Like Light Sword, just straight Light Sword.
Pretty much Lightsworn. Pretty much Lightsworn. Lightsworn is the only tier 2 deck right now.
What
I mean,
about those?
Dark Worlds. I guess Dark Worlds are kind of like Rogue.
They're like maybe rogue if you're like,
Kimerus or
If you really don't feel like thinking.
if you yeah.
Really good Rogue deck right now. I guess I don't know.
Did any Kwaku Miracle
No.
slip through top 64?
I'm not sure. I know they're pretty much tier 2.
Yeah.
Infernities are, I think Infernities are a pretty decent Rogue deck.
Infernals are really good right now. Yeah.
They're really doing well in the OCG.
Yeah.
Yeah, they topped not that long ago, like top 8, but they're.
Yeah.
I don't ever like. I call them a polka dot deck because like they don't ever actually like win consistently. It's just like every so often you'll see one get like some really obscure place in like some sort of roster, so it's like polka dots.
Oh yeah, they can win.
Yeah, they're good. I love them. They're like one of
Dude,
my
like if they draw the nuts first turn, it's like, dude, are you gonna end your turn anytime soon?
The big thing is though, like breakthrough skill is such a big thing now, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna summon that Arc Phenom and a breakthrough skillet, and you're gonna have nothing in your hand besides this useless 1800 beater. But good luck with that one.
But I mean, if they go, you know, and they play the nuts, it's like Necromancer, special summon, Necromancer, Arcane, barrier, break. Is it game yet, bro? No. Okay, special summon.
Sorry, I lost track. Is the game yet?
Is it game yet? I'm
No,
sorry.
like
I'm too busy special summoning. Is it game yet?
oh my god, it's a very that's like half the reason I don't like to play Infernity, but they're good. Yeah.
Inzectors are a good rogue deck.
Yeah, they're good.
Alright, we basically went about almost 12 minutes talking about something else that wasn't even talking about the Noble Knight box set.
I mean, what else can we really say about it? I mean, it's getting support. I mean, Noble Knights are a deck that, for the most part, are kind of like what Dragunity was, you know, before. Then there was Medoche. You know, decks that were good in theory. They look good. They feel good when you play them and all that. But they're just missing that one thing. It's pretty much that repeating itself again. Like Medoches, you know, like back when like the first batch were introduced, you know, like they were the shit. Like, oh, you play your Magically, you search, and then what are you gonna do? Get your ass kicked. Then it was Hoot Cake, and then now Angeli, and look at it. Like Mexicans are running all this shit.
Ole!
I just kind of have a feeling that after this comes out, Noble Knights will be a lot stronger, and then we'll probably have people sing a different tune on it. I have a feeling they'll be, oh yeah, I've always liked Noble Knights. It'll be kind of like with the Dragunity thing. Those were good.
Let me actually put a good example. Bujins. Originally, I don't think a lot of people were playing Bujins, and right when the format started to change, where it's like they wanted to go for a much slower game, that's when Bujin people were really starting to pop up a lot more.
Bujins were playing, but they were still like they weren't out that long before they became like good. Like Mikazuchi and all that came out.
Yeah.
The reason why Bujins only came out, they had no one. Wait, what set did Yamato come out? Like the main core come out?
Judgment of the Light.
Yeah, Judgment Light.
Does no one use the support that came out like recently? Like no one does, right?
Not really.
No, really.
Cause that one Yamato is the gateway to your whole deck.
I mean, the monster you're gonna sit on for like the entire game.
It's such a self-sustaining deck. It's really good.
It's self-sustaining, but that's another good example of a deck that like people do not know how to play. And there's a guy at my now deceased locals that he'd have Yamato, he'd have a pretty decent sized hand. And in this case, like I'm playing Mermail, so I'm like, oh okay, I have to really like walk on eggshells to figure out what I'm supposed to do here. And then he'd be like, summon Mikazuchi, overlay. Like, oh my god, why would you do that? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, you don't get rid of your thing.
That's like, oh, hey, triple JD, overlay.
That is exactly what it's like, and it's so annoying. And he wouldn't go for like anything good either. He'd like, I would have like a Megalo, and he'd like overlay with Mikazuchi and Yamato 101. Like, oh my god. Then he played Sylvans, and he bombed that deck. Like he was, oh my god, it drove me nuts.
So yeah, Noble Knight box set. It's gonna be $50 and will come out November 21st of this year.
Holy crap! I think you do have to be a knight to afford that. $50. Holy shit!
What's it? 50?
$50? What is it going to come to?
$50.
You're getting sleeves, playmat, the deck's fully hollow, and you're getting the box and the new cards, I guess.
Oh, and a deck mat. Could be like a deck mat with it.
I'm buying that. I'm gonna order that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice purchase regardless.
Yeah, I mean, would you rather spend $150 on the whole deck, or would you rather spend, $150 on what Freeman draw, whatever the most ridiculous card in there is?
Do we know the deck list for it? Or
Not
yes,
yet.
no?
Not yet.
I'm assuming they're gonna pull a Konami and make you have to buy multiples of the deck to get multiple rarities.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
if you just need a special card from it,
that's a very likely thing to happen. So you're gonna be spending probably $100 on that thing. I might as well just go buy the fucking core. It's pick your lesser of two evils. Pick your poison.
You can always sell off the mat or the box.
I guess, but I mean, if those could go into circulation enough, that mat's not gonna be worth much.
Yeah.
No, but still, I mean, you get sleeves and then you get the deck fully hollow. Apparently, Rarity Horror is gonna be all over that.
Mhm.
Is it good?
Are they gonna put Magrot and things like that in there, or no?
Is the
It's
mat
all gonna be platinum rares.
Is the mat gonna be a $2 hoe that's the dual days and the raw battle pack mats, or is it a full blown mat?
I think it's a full-blown mat. It looks like it. From the picture, it looks like it's...
Well, they give it the Gear Gear box and the Lightsworn box had the same thing, and they came with full-blown mats. So
Okay.
It's basically the same as those, just Noble Knight version.
that is wonderful. I want that.
And this could mean, other archetypes in the future could get something like this too. That's what I think is great. So hopefully it does well. So maybe we'll see more of these in the future.
Ooh, imagine if they did a Dragunity one.
Oh, how that would ever happen, unfortunately.
Make their own ravine or something. You're gonna be ravine.
Oh my god, like an ultra ravine. I would just all over that. I would yell it from the rooftops.
I would laugh if they came out alti, because I know you hate altis.
Oh, I would still love it, regardless. I hate you, but I love you more.
I just
love to hate you. Get over here.
Okay, so any case, you guys are ready to go into Q&A?
yeah, it's going to Q&A.
One thing. Has everyone seen the new Duelist Alliance sneak preview map?
No.
Oh yeah, it is the sex.
It has pendulum zones on it and everything. I'll put a link in the chat for you guys. But man, that thing is so freaking awesome. I'm glad it actually.
On that note,
I think it's gonna draw.
the one place where I go get my mats, which is EROJL, so something like that. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it.
It's like Eroji or something?
Yeah, they also do the pendulum zones now, which excites me. So I might be procuring myself another Miku mat.
I know, I need another hunting ground one. I need to revamp mine.
And it needs to have
Also, what do you guys think about
Miku, on a surfboard with a double neck guitar behind a marijuana sign. So someone needs to get on that now and mail me that picture.
Oh god. But what do you guys think about the new sneak preview promo as well? The Dragonborn Hunter?
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. It's not very good, but it's cool.
I feel like it's a little bit.
I think it'll be okay.
Jump Scale 3, normal monster. I mean, all normal monsters gain 200 technical battle damage from battles, and all the normal monsters you control. Okay, cool.
I think pendulums are probably going to be, if not, probably one of the best things to happen to anyone that's I guess brave enough to build a normal monster deck. Because I mean, they're normal monsters, but they can do things too. Because it's technically vanilla.
Yeah.
So I believe it's still considered a normal monster.
I love I'm loving the possibilities that pendulums bring to the game, because you guys don't realize Gate Guardian decks are viable now. You guys don't realize that shit's good now.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's coming out. It's coming, dude.
Before you know it, the champion of the World Championship 2015. It's like this
I'm
guy
yeah.
with Gate Guardian.
Never have I seen.
I can only imagine the Gate Guardian being in the ban list. It's like,
Oh my.
it's like ban.
What does Gate Guardian do? I don't know.
It's like limited Kazachin.
Well, Gate Guardian's mostly just there.
I have Sweden right here.
Well, I mean, Gate Guardian's mostly there just to be special summoned from all three pieces, and that's it.
You can only activate this card effect during your opponent's damage calculation. Make the attack of the monster attacking this card 0 during damage calculation. This effect cannot be used. Can only be used once as long as this card remains face up. So that's kind of lame. That's Luigi. Just happen to have one beside me.
I cannot imagine though, like the OPness of that deck. Cause it's got to put that deck on the ban list. It's like Kazajan, Sewage, like Saga of Thunder. They're gonna be a limited 01.
He'll get a box like Noble Knights did this year.
Hey
The
guys,
Game Guardian box.
open the gates with the new Yu-Gi-Oh card trade.
New playmat and sleeve.
Game Guardian.
Yes. That is exactly what it is.
Guardian Colossus. New Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game. Buy it now. Open the gates.
You thought pencils were lame. Wait until you get Kazajan, Suijin, and I don't remember the other one.
Shogun.
Actually, now that I'm making fun of Konami commercials, have you guys seen the English Konami YouTube channel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that now there's actually somebody who on that channel they're uploading the commercials in Spanish too?
Are they hilarious?
They're hilarious because these obviously these commercials are so short. The Spanish announcer has to name everything by its English name, so it sounds hilariously stupid. When you have something called evil swarms, which in Spanish is called Horda de la Maldad, it's like, oh, like el nuevo paquete de cartas de Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, what the hell? way to make emphasis on that. Oh, bro, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Con las nuevas cartas coleccionables del Evil Swarm. Like, what? Like, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Sorry, sir, what?
Like Evil Swarm.
Ivan Slav.
And they even released a video in Spanish on how to pendulum summon. I was just laughing my ass off. Because it sounded like they literally just got this one guy, this one white guy, who just happened to have passed AP Spanish and got him in a booth. Because this guy sounded so white. He wasn't even talking fluent Spanish. Let me tell you. I know my Spanish, and this guy, oh my god.
Anyways, I guess we need to go into Q&A now because it is about pretty much past the hour, and we're going to end it off with the questions. As always, guys, send them over to duelistoftheroundtable@gmail.com, and be sure to include your name and your question. Alright, first one up is from YD Strategies. Hello, we at YD Strategies were wondering if you could mention... Oh, sorry, never mind. I should mention something. If you're asking us to pretty much plug your website or your show or whatever, just message us on Facebook or something, because we don't do that like as a question of the day or anything like that, because it's just
we ain't about that life, guys.
Stop being thirsty.
Wow. Go on without it.
No, because we have to make sure that your channel actually has substantial content and good content. Otherwise, we're just like, oh, hey, go subscribe to this guy, and they go to their channel like, what the hell, man? This guy sucks.
It's like, hey, so I went to this guy who you guys told me I should go to. All I saw was tumbleweeds.
Like this kid, we don't want to send somebody to somebody's channel that does poorly designed pack openings. It looks like they were filming with a old potato, it just doesn't work.
okay.
Oh, that furious typing though.
I know, right?
Anyways, but again, sorry guys, it's just we need to make sure that you're going to, be an actual thing rather than just, hey, I got shouted out by Cyber and his crew, so that's all I'm going to do. So, in any case, moving on with an actual question for once from Robbie Matson, who writes, what is your favorite lower tier deck?
Can I start?
Can I start?
Go ahead.
TGs. I love me TGs, not the stun crap either. I mean like actual getting out Blade Blaster and Halberd Cannon TGs.
I love Halberd Cannon.
I freaking love Halberd Cannon. He blew up the sun, man. He blew up the sun.
How OP does that get? It's like, hey guys, your BRB, I'm just gonna go blow up the sun here real quick.
And he didn't even attack
selfie.
the sun. He literally just entered the premises, and the sun exploded under his sheer awesomeness.
He Chuck
And then he
Norris the
grabbed
sun.
the Star Dragon and yanked it out of like its like pseudo space or whatever.
Personally,
That's like the Chuck Norris of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, personally for me, I would have to go with Aliens. And I've been slowly working on making a very good version of that deck where it has deck lockdown, Swords of Concealing Light, what's the other one? Safe Zone, and just a bunch of other dumb stuff that really makes it to the point where it's like a very big anti-meta, like, I guess you could call it like a beatdown build. Because you get the counters, and then you can like pop something, and then just re-abuse deck lockdown's little effect. It's retarded, and it is amazing when it gets out there.
Crystal Beasts, I guess, for me. Just because, yeah, Crystal Beasts are awesome. Hopefully they'll get a structure deck just like Heroes did.
Or some kind of support, at least.
I hope something. I mean, there's plenty of anime cards that could actually be printed. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Let's see, what other ones out there?
I enjoy the like, what's the like in the third season of GX, the Blaze Accelerator deck?
Oh, Volcanics?
The Volcanics, dude, like 420 Blazes, dude. That deck's so good.
Oh, they're so fun too. They were a big favorite of mine back when I first started.
I liked how the guy in the anime used like guns as his dual disc.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a really butch girl or like a really like off-looking guy.
He had abs.
He just
Like,
happened to be black.
Like it was, I think I was probably about 12 or 13 years old whenever it was on in like Saturday mornings, and I really like 12, 13-year-old me is like sitting looking at the TV like, is that a girl or a guy? I can't tell. Like I'm so confused.
He's black.
He's black. He shoots a gun that shoots cards out.
It's Lucian, dude.
Dude, and he shoots like people with them, which really surprised me. Like he shoots his cards at people.
That guy.
I mean, he must win every YCS he goes to because he just shoots people with his freaking cards. Like, who wants to play him? When are you gonna sign
Attack
out?
directly, bang.
he takes attacking directly very seriously.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like attack for game, like bam, right between the eyes.
I'm guessing like fashioned a shiv out of like a deck box or something. Like when all else fails.
No, like for me, I have to say it's Fortune Ladies.
Oh yeah, I do like that deck.
It's Fortune Ladies. Like, oh my god, back when I used to run it, back when it was like in its prime, I used to main the crap out of that and just watch people, like literally sit there and watch me abuse the shit out of water and just draw and draw and draw. Like a Gladiator Beast player quit on me after like 10 minutes. It's like, you know what, screw it. I don't feel like watching you draw. Fuck you.
I love it.
That deck was the nuts. And then it got the nuts. And now it's not so cool.
I would probably say...
Ooh, maybe with Pendulums I could make that work.
Didn't I already do that?
Not for Fortune Ladies yet.
No, they did rule their Fortune
No,
Ladies.
I did that. Remember, Giacomo? I made a Fortune Lady pendulum deck, and I played you with it. And I was chanting Penjidamu. We were playing Steven.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember that?
No, not really.
It was like-
Probably because I didn't win. I don't remember what I don't win.
That's funny. You funny.
Okay. Let's see. Next question is from Tippycraft. What do you guys think of the new Quillith boss and also of the Quillith archetype in general?
It looks like Vylons.
I believe they're Gem Knight remnants, so this could mean that that we might see in R5 we might see somewhat of a like here's the thing. because there's Gemini support, now there's Constellar support, there's X-Saber support. These Quillovs kind of have like all these resemblances. I've seen people point out to Gemini, so we might see more than just that. We might actually see like an integration from in Arc 5 towards the DT storyline. With that being said, I think that Quillovs are an okay deck. It's kind of like how can I say it? It's kind of like that one deck, kind of like how like in the Duelist Genesis when Psychics came out. It's kind of like that one deck that's like it looks cool, it sounds cool, but it probably doesn't really do much. It won't do much until it gets like some support.
I've played them multiple times on DevPro with like an assortment of decks. I've played high tier and low tier decks against them, and every time I've won, and it isn't like something they've done a lot. And I mean I can probably say that that's probably because it's such a new deck that people don't really know what they're doing, and I probably played a bunch of people that were playing the deck for the first or second time. But I played them with like Medalches, and I played them once with oh my god, it was some terrible like Horus deck that I made, and I still won. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's doing that much right now.
Horus decks are also viable.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Horus Revival.
Must have given him sheep
You even praise the sun.
Praise
Great
the
son.
Okay.
Hold on to this.
Okay, Gary. Alright, so anyways, last question of the evening is of course from our lovely local Mr. Bunny. Y'all know how he usually asks questions. He wants to ask two in particular, and he's not going to be watching because he's pretty much busy tonight. But he does ask possibly, possible of you guys making a Cribs video showing off your collection and other stuff. This can be Yu-Gi-Oh! Or it can be other stuff.
That would be very boring because I think I have like one sock drawer full of stuff, and that's about it.
I have
Or
like
like
stacks of
mats in a
cards and like probably like 5 Miku figures. I don't have like a lot of things to show. I don't have like a showcase like, hey guys, here, let me push the button to my man cave and show you all the things I got. It isn't really like that.
Like I can show you like my Gundam figures, but I mean, like, I don't think I'll be able to see my Gundam figures.
I mean, I got pages full of tokens in my binder. Does that count?
I made a collection video not too terribly long ago, so.
And I actually made a collection video for my video games, which I need to do like a proper collection video because like the lighting was bad on it, and I want it to where it can be bright enough to view it because I have close to, I want to say like maybe 1,500 because I know Gary was over at my house and he did manage to see like a lot of the stuff that I pretty much had on my black shelves, but you gotta see like how much I have because there's like maybe around 400 or so NES titles and there's like a lot of other different stuff. So that might be something for the DRT channel just for extra content. I don't know. You guys can basically say if you want to see that or not.
I mean, if y'all niggas want to see, the Mikus, I guess, like, but I mean, it's not really like, we have like a whole lot of things to show off.
I was saying, if it was like I don't, my room isn't decorated for one thing. Like I was really lazy with decorating my room, so if you want to see my blank walls, I mean, okay.
I got one painting in here. Right there.
If it was requested enough, I mean, yeah, I guess so, but I mean,
Yeah, it mostly depends, like, maybe in the future, but I don't know, it depends. And of course, his last question is for Cyber. Can Cyber Knight Senpai notice me?
No, never.
Ah, it's okay. I'll notice you. I'll notice you.
We all notice you except Cyber, because Cyber's a pleb.
I'm an awful person. See?
Natural.
He sees chicks running around with toast in their mouth, just like, meh, I've seen it all.
Oh, wait a minute, This is actually last minute. It's from our local Ika.
Oh god.
Oh god.
No,
We know who it's geared towards.
No, this question is for everybody.
Everybody.
Okay, Ika asks, what would your magical girl name be?
Magica girl name?
Magical girl.
Magical girl name. Oh boy. It would have to be something pretty.
Like magical boy name or magical girl name? What?
Magical girl.
girl.
I was gonna say. I was like, wait, hold on, that's not an anime.
Your name doesn't change though.
I mean, I'm confused as to where this question's leading to.
Yeah, I thought Ika was gonna ask something else.
Go-
You're
go-
just too
go-
I'm surprised it's actually tame for Ika.
Yeah.
He must be off tonight.
He probably is, but he left like
No,
that
he's typing
little
another message now, probably.
last.
So then,
I meant more off his game, but okay.
Yeah, like it's kind of a consensus not to really know how to answer that question, I believe.
And you're usually, the one to actually say something like that because you just got done watching everything Evangelion except for movie 3, which is going to be coming out.
Oh, why hasn't that come out yet?
It will eventually, whenever Funimation and I want to say Gonzo Entertainment actually do get off their lazy asses to make the product out. But anyways, guys, that is it for the questions. Thank you once again for submitting them for this week.
It's funny how not a single one of us actually answered this question.
We're constantly trying to avoid it.
Ika, we'll tell you later.
We'll tell you later. I'll tell you in bed later. Okay, stop being
Cool.
So anyways, guys, like always, send us your questions each and every week, and we will answer them right at the end of the show.
Unless they're shout-outs, so we'll punch you in the face with their shout-outs.
Then we'll just make fun of you.
There
Like
we
I
go.
said, we'll make a proper video explaining how that's going to work because me and Cyber have been discussing a little bit of that, and something will pop up like maybe in the next couple of weeks. So, any case, that is it. It is currently, we basically went past the hour just talking a lot, but that's what these podcasts are for. So, thank you very much to everybody that listened tonight. And do any of you guys have to say anything before we end the show tonight?
Why don't we talk about what we've been just before?
Hey,
Like,
Mouse.
that I feel like at least for like YouTuber books. You know what? No, Paul? No.
Come on.
The mouse?
Come on.
It just came out of nowhere. Like, oh, we're all just so serious. We're saying goodbye, and it just somebody just had to go like, "Hey, boss."
Can I have a piece of this, boss?
All right, go ahead.
The filthy Frank is strong in this call.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
420 blaze it.
Okay, anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching tonight's DRTcast. We will see you next week for episode 4. Sign off, guys, and say bye.
Bye.
Buzz, nut.
Bye, bye, bye.